James Lee, and I'm a licensed architect and leadership in environmental and energy design accredited professional who lives in Harrisville. The American Lung Association's 2019 State of the Air report found that all 3 reporting counties in Rhode Island received failing grades for air pollution, and that all 3 counties, including Providence County, had an increase of damaging year-round air particulate pollution. The 2019 report indicates Rhode Island is going against the national trend of showing progress in reducing year-round air pollution levels, with growing amounts of air pollution here in Rhode Island. The same is true for Mass and Connecticut. Your website indicates that Rhode Island's Department of Environmental Management Office of Air Resources is responsible for the preservation, protection, and improvement of air quality in Rhode Island. This is an especially important mandate given our state is significantly suffering from severely detrimental air quality. The Rhode Island DEM is supposed to be helping Rhode Island to clean and improve the air we breathe. That is why it is incomprehensible that Rhode Island DEM's Office of Air Resources is recommending approval of the air permit for a major pollution power source and plant in our state and our community. By offering this draft approval, you are directly supporting construction of this power plant, despite the fact that Invenergy's calculations indicate the plant will discharge more than 3,500,000 tons of carbon dioxide into our air each year. The Governor's Office, Invenergy, and others have said fossil fuel, gas-burning, carbon dioxide polluting power plant is a necessary bridge to increase renewable energy. If state agencies like the Office of Air Resources truly believe this power plant is a temporary solution while renewables continue to increase their market share, then at a minimum, the air permit would mandate decreasing levels of air pollution for each year this power plant was in existence, with a fixed expiration date for decommissioning. Instead, the Office of Air Resources is approving the air permit with no stipulations and is indefinitely authorizing 3,500,000 tons of pollution into our community's atmosphere, thus ignoring the core values and primary purpose of Rhode Island's Office of Air Resources. The fact of the matter is we are approving a long-term bridge to nowhere that leads Rhode Island through a fog of air pollution with detrimental health effects for decades. The Rhode Island DEM draft approval is recommended in part with Invenergy's purchase of pollution offsets from New York, which Rhode Island DEM agrees will result in cleaner air for New England states. We all know that the result of your approval will cause significant increased pollution for the residents of our community and our state. The dispersed air pollution we breathe today from the state of New York, which is approximately 200 miles away, is a fraction of what we will breathe from the concentrated levels this power plant will directly deposit into our community's immediate atmosphere. The problem with New England's cap-and-trade system, known as the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, that became effective in 2009, is
Thank you, sir.
it doesn't work. Despite, almost done.
Mr.
Despite
Jeffrey,
this well-intentioned cap-and-trade system,
sir, you may have your opportunity. Excuse me, sir. You have gone over your time.
Today, the air we breathe is hotter,
Sir,
contains higher pollution levels.
I'm going to give you an opportunity at the end.
Of dangerous pollutants.
Folks, it's only fair to everyone in the room at the 3-minute mark. Okay?
Thank you for the opportunity to finish. As I had said,
Just for the record, your name, please.
James Libby, Harrisville, Rhode Island. This Rhode Island DEM draft approval is recommended in part with Invenergy's purchase of pollution offsets in New York, which Rhode Island DEM, in this report agrees, will result in cleaner air for New England states. The problem with this New England's cap-and-trade system, known as the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, that became effective in 2009, is simple in that it doesn't work. Despite this well-intentioned cap-and-trade system, our air pollution today is worse than it was a decade ago. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. Today, the air we breathe is hotter, contains higher pollution levels, and contains increasing amounts of dangerous fine particulates. If approving Rhode Island power plants that burn fossil fuels is part of your means to clean up Rhode Island's air, then please stop, because it's not working. The Clean Air Act also requires neighboring states, it has a provision in it regarding neighboring states. So one state cannot approve air emission measures that increase air pollution in another state, and thus bring that state out of compliance. Nothing in this report talks about this project's impact on Massachusetts or Connecticut, which both have air problems of their own. So you can't ignore this in a vacuum according to the Clean Air Act that I've read, and I'm not sure how familiar you are with it, but it's not being addressed in this report at all. And for the record, I'd like everyone to hear how your report ends. The very last sentence says, as such, the Office of Air Resources is proposing approval of the major source permit application for the subject to permit conditions and emissions limitations contained in this draft permit. This was mentioned earlier. I think it's despicable that you're approving this. But quite frankly, I just don't understand it. So I want to end with my last paragraph here. I urge you to revisit the core values of Rhode Island DEM's Office of Air Resources. I implore you to honor your commitment to preserve, protect, and improve the air quality in Rhode Island, and I challenge you to have the courage to reconsider your position on this application and protect our communities by making the only realistic decision possible, and that is to deny this air permit. Thank you. Thank you.